All right, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to today's Mindset Monday. My name is Paul Croto. Sorry about a little technical problems here today, but we are good to go, although I'm looking kind of dark. So let me go ahead and turn a light on here. All right, there we go. And then there was light. Okay, fantastic. Well, I have an awesome call plan for today. Cheryl's a little predisposed at the moment, so I'm not sure she's going to be able to jump on or not. But anyways, today's kind of a technical call. So what we've been doing here is we've been going over sell and recruit. I can sell and recruit lesson from Deb Erickson's program. Those of you that are following along, maybe in the chat, just type along if just type a yes if you did listen to lesson number 5. If you have the program and listen to lesson number 5. Okay, 1, that's good. 2, standing. Okay, great. Just wanted to get an idea. If you did, keep on typing in yes, so I get an idea of how many actually listened to this. Whether you did or not makes no difference because I'm going to explain it all to you here today. And so let me just go ahead and share my screen while I can here. Okay, great. And again, I will get you all these notes. They'll be in the same place. I'll post this the link to the notes in the Facebook group, so that you can have access to these. But basically, what we've been going over the past four weeks is lead generation. So we're going in, we're finding people, and we're specifically been talking about Facebook, but you can go and find people from anywhere. You know, I use the 3-foot rule, where everyone I come within 3 feet of finds out that I'm a certified holistic health coach. Always looking to meet new people. And then we want to nurture those people. Again, if we're doing this on Facebook, we'll go over that a little bit in today's class. And then we got to qualify them. And then today's the big lead conversion. How do you actually get someone enrolled? And more specifically, how do you get someone enrolled on SmartShip, which is the entire reason why we're here. Why we exist is because of SmartShip. Without SmartShip, we have no chance at helping people. 0. So it's critically important that we get every single person on SmartShip, and I will teach you exactly how I do that on today's call. So what our program here is at the Institute of Holistic Health is we do 3 things. Remember, we talk about taking a swing at the tree every single day. We enroll, we coach, and we lead. So we enroll new people, we coach them how to get healthy, and then we lead them, if they so choose, to become CAR qualified 1-stars and above. Okay, so the whole way we operate is we find a problem and provide a solution. So when I was a little kid, I was watching the Johnny Carson show. You may have heard this story already, but there was when billionaire Ross Perot was asked how he made his billions, he answered, "I sold umbrellas when it was raining outside." Now, those of you that know Ross Perot, never sold an umbrella in his life. But it's a metaphor that he was always looking for a problem and providing a solution. If you do that, you can make billions of dollars. But you have to be obsessed with that process of finding a problem and then providing a solution to that problem. If you can do that, you're going to be, you're going to build as big of a health coaching business as you want. So, Deb Erickson was talking about sharing. There's a lot of talk in this industry now about, well, we don't sell, we share. We do share, but we sell too. Okay, let's not be afraid of this word or downplay it. And really the term I love to use is influence, because leadership is influence, nothing more, nothing less. So I love using the word influence. I'm influencing people to do this. Now, if you want to call that selling, that's great. But my preferred word is influence. So I'm influencing people to follow Dr. Wallach's message, which is the 90. Get on the 90, and so the soul sunflower, the stem minerals, the middle of the flower is the 90, and then the petals around the flower are the add-on products. So that's our whole business model, is the sunflower. So if you remember that, it's super simple to enroll people. So let's go over the process of this circle here, just so it's crystal clear, and you're going to, again, get these notes, and you literally can copy and paste from these notes to Messenger and run your entire business that way. So getting the appointment with them. So what we want to do is we want to nurture them. That's how this whole thing starts. So we talked about, we have these leads, we're going to nurture them. How do we nurture people? We like their posts, we comment on their posts, we send them a friend request, we message them. Thank you for accepting my friend request, Becca. I really loved your post on something. There's something that when I'm on Becca's page, I want to compliment her on. Now it's got to be a genuine compliment. I've got to say, hey, I love the post you made about, your children or the vacation you went on or whatever it was. I'm trying to find something that I really liked or the comment they made about this, something that I can compliment them on. And then a great thing to do after you compliment them on it is ask them some sort of question about that. Oh, Becca, I love that post you made on you and your family going to Disney World for 7 days. Now, let me ask you a question. How was Disney World? Was it super busy, or did you have to wear masks, or what was the situation there? Okay, now what's the chances of Becca replying to that message? Pretty high, because it wasn't, I'm not trying to sell her something. I'm building a relationship. First of all, I complimented. Once you compliment somebody, it's very hard for them to not like you. So it's super important to compliment and then ask a question. So, and then there's some back and forth going. So she'll tell me about Disney World and I'll go ask her some more questions and so forth and so forth. Eventually, when we feel like there's some connection here, because we've established some common ground, we established that you care. So they're going to start to like you because you care. And we're going to ask for an appointment. So as you already know, Becca, millions of people are struggling with various health problems. I'm a certified holistic health coach, and I specialize in identifying and fixing the root cause of the problem. If I offer you a free 15-minute consultation, would you be interested in meeting with me so we can get to know each other better? That's it. Now that's exactly what I copy and paste into Messenger. But I fill their name in, obviously. And not everyone's named Becca. So put their name in that. But if you want to massage that, put your own words in there, go ahead. I will tell you there's magic in here. So what we're doing here is I'm following a book that is written by Donald Miller. He is by far the smartest guy on the planet when it comes to website design, storyboarding, and just marketing in general. He's unbelievable. So is the book called Creating Your Story Brand. And then he has a new book out called Business Made Simple, which I cannot recommend enough to you. It is the ultimate book to get if you really, really want to market your health coaching business. 60 days, he walks you through everything you need to do to be a professional marketer. Best book on marketing ever written. But the Story Brand book is really great because it talks about there's a lot of noise out there. Everyone, they want to say all these things. What people really care about, and people tune people out in like 2 seconds these days because there's so much stuff going on out there, so many messages, so many ads, so much everything. So you want to get to the problem. As you know, Becca, millions of people are struggling with their health problems. No one's going to say no to that. Especially now with everything that's happened over the past year or so. Yep, that's true. That's what they're thinking subconsciously. Now, who are you and how do you fix that problem? I'm a certified holistic health coach, which instantaneously makes you an expert, which is critically important to establish that you're an expert in the first 3 seconds. And I specialize in identifying and fixing the root cause of the problem. Wow. And that sounds fantastic. It's not just solving the problem, it's finding the root cause. For people who have any sort of IQ, they're going to be like, that's brilliant. And then this is magical. If you want to get anyone to do anything, you always got to use if I, would you. It's just something that we've been using for 20 years and it works every single time. If I blank, would you blank? So you can fill in anything you want in the world into those blanks, but it's got to start with if I, would you. So in this case, I put, if I offer you a free 15-minute consultation, would you be interested in meeting with me, not to buy some products, not to even talk about your health problems, because they may or may not want to do that. Now, they know that you're a certified holistic health coach. They know that there's millions of health problems out there, but what do you really want to do? You want to get to know each other. That sounds pretty, that doesn't sound very salesy to me. It doesn't sound too pushy to me at all. Just want to get to know you. So more times than not, they're going to be like, yeah, absolutely, I'll get on that. Great. When would be a good time for you to do a virtual meeting with me on Zoom? So we're telling them it's going to be a virtual meeting. It's going to be on Zoom. And when would be a good time? You know, well, I'm busy today, but tomorrow, or I work 9 to 5, so I'll need evenings, whatever it is. But you'll come up with a time for that. So we got the appointment set. You go to Google Calendar, you put the appointment in. So now you have to actually do the appointment. So when you get to the appointment, the most important 5 words you can use are, so tell me about yourself. So I would say, hey, Becca, it's great to finally meet you face to face. You know, we've been messaging on Messenger for a long time, but it's so great to finally get to meet you. I'd love to know more about you. So tell me about yourself. Now, if that person's shy, they might be like, well, what'd you want to know? Well, when were you born? Where were you born? And then they know a starting point. Well, I was born then, and just looking for some highlights. I went to high school, did this. I was a blank. I went to college, or I didn't go to college, or I got a job, or I got married, I had kids, blah, blah, blah. Everyone's got a story. And what I found is people love to talk. I very rarely find someone who is not open. They just want to talk. They haven't talked to anybody in like 10 years. So don't be scared that, oh, this person's not going to want to communicate with me or anything like that. And if they're talking, let them roll. Again, this is where being interested is more important than being interesting. You have 2 ears and 1 mouth. So you should be listening twice as much as you're talking. If you do open your mouth, make sure that the sentence you say ends in a question mark. Never say anything that ends in a period. The person who is asking questions runs the conversation. The person who is making statements is just answering the questions. So if they start asking you a bunch of questions and you're in defense mode, you're in big trouble. So what you got to do is immediately switch that around so that you're the one asking the question. If they do ask you a question, you can answer it, but turn around as soon as you answer it and ask them a question. Get back in control of the conversation. And this is all about them. This is not time for you to tell them how great you are. This is not time to tell them about Dr. Wallach or how great BTT is or any of that. None of that matters. What matters is that they feel like you're interested in them. If they feel that, they'll be like, man, Paul's awesome. He's incredible. Cares so much. They know nothing about me, really. They know I'm a certified holistic health coach, but that's about it. Now, they may have gone to my Facebook page and read some things about me and stuff, but during the call, there isn't a whole lot of talking about it. Now, if it comes up where they tell me the story, and so tell me about yourself, 5 words, they must know and like and trust you before they'll follow you. So I ask them this question: if you could change anything about your health, what would you change? The key question. I love asking this question during the appointment with them. So when they say, well, I would love to lose some weight, I'd be like, well, I was in the same place you were. You can tell them a story now about yourself, if that story applies to you, or you could use someone else's story that you know for weight loss or blood pressure or something. And so telling a story here, a short one where there's a problem, a transition, I should say a challenge, a change, and then a celebration. So the proper way to tell a story fast is challenge, change, celebration. So I had this challenge, or I had these 3 challenges. I made this change, started taking the 90, started following Dr. Wallach's good food, bad food list. This is the celebrations I had. And the celebrations should be the opposite of the 3 challenges that you just mentioned earlier. So you fixed the 3 problems because of the change you made. So once you finish that part, what I say is I'm pretty sure I know what the root causes of your health problems are. But what I would like to have you do, is fill out an online health evaluation. It only takes 10 minutes and it will help both of us connect the dots so we can come up with the best game plan for you. You could say game plan, health protocol, health prescription, whatever you want to say there. I like the words game plan. So they're like, okay, now watch this again. I do if I, would you kind of thing again. If I send you a link to my health evaluation website, would you fill it out? That's it. You're asking them a question. 10 times out of 10, they're going to say yes. If you did everything else correctly above. Great. When can we get back together to go over your results? Well, you said it takes 10 minutes, so I could do it today. We can get back together tomorrow. Super. Figure out a time, set the appointment. Now, before you hang up the call, you have to say this important phrase here. Okay, great. After you finish the health evaluation, the system is going to give you a health score and make some recommendations to you. Don't worry about any of that. We will go over it tomorrow. So I'm letting them know ahead of time, there's going to be this score, not to go into panic mode and not to be overwhelmed by any kind of product recommendations they see. Just recommendations. I'm your certified holistic health coach. We'll figure this out together when we get on the call tomorrow. Okay, great. Awesome. So now tomorrow comes, we're doing a follow-up. They took the health evaluation. So I'm on the phone. I'm back on Zoom with Becca. And I say, hey, Becca, after you fill out the health evaluation, the system figures out a score. So your health score right now is 52. Now 100 is perfect. And this kind of works like school did, So I figured I tell her 90 to 100 is an A and 80 to 90 is a B and so on and so forth. So 52 is not good. Now it's just a number. So let's not go into panic mode. So I back down the whole you're going to die today panic attack they're having at the moment. But I need to know, are you okay with this score? Now, if they say, yeah, I'm fine with a 52. Like I'm just, I'm okay with that. Okay, great. Well, it was so great to meet you, Becca. If you ever need any help, please contact me. I'm always going to be here for you. And have a great day. And I end the Zoom because you can't do anything if they're okay. They have to be not okay. They have to be unhappy. They have to be unsatisfied for you to be able to help anybody. So you have to, whether it's someone that's going to be a health coach on your team or whether there's someone that wants to be a client, with you, they have to be unsatisfied. That is rule number 1. They got to be hungry. So we got to establish hunger. So let's look at where you lost points. So now we're going to go into the 4 different categories and see. Hard tissue, soft tissue, blood sugar, and digestion. You lost 10 points in each, or whatever it was. You're going to go through them. That this is what's bringing your score down. Usually one's super big. Now, if you see points in all 3, the first 3, and there's not a lot of points in digestion even, it's still digestion. It's very hard to have super low scores in all 3, the first 3 categories and not have a digestion problem. So I always point that out to them. So let's set 3 goals, Becca. So maybe her blood sugar score is a 37, which means it's super bad. So number 1, let's lower your blood sugar problem, which means you're gonna have less problems and your health score is gonna go up. So let's fix your blood sugar problem. And maybe she was told by her doctor that she's a pre-diabetic, and if she doesn't do something now, she's gonna have to go on insulin shots. So there might be some fear in them already about that. Or their doctor said, if you don't get that blood pressure under control, you're going on blood pressure medication. So listen, I got a shot here to fix this. Or maybe you're already on insulin injections. Maybe you're already on blood pressure medication, whatever it may be, we can fix it. So there might be some pain already involved there that, that you can let them know that we can, again, fix that problem if we follow this protocol. So we set 3 goals. So let's say one of the first goals was to lower the score in the blood sugar category. She also wants to lose 20 pounds and she wants more energy. We're looking for things that we can have a score to though. You know, so I love actually looking at, you know, maybe 2 of them being like, let's focus on these 2 categories. Let's get the blood sugar category down and let's get your digestive system fixed. Let's really focus on that. And let's lose those 20 pounds. So we have 3 goals set. So Becca's like, wow, this is awesome. Like, that'd be great if I could do those 3 things. If you can help me accomplish those 3 things, man, that'd be fantastic. Well, let's do that. Okay. So now we're going to go over how to do that. So now is the time you explain the 90. This is how we work. It's the sunflower. As we use that as an analogy. So I explain the stem, I explain the center, I explain the petals. And then we go through the products, and it's super simple to go through them because the whole recommendations page is broken down into the 90, the minerals, and it also shows the add-on products that they need. And it doesn't just show the add-on products, it tells you on a percentage from 0 to 100 how much that product would help them. So you'll always see minerals being a 98% chance it's going to help you. And then other things, so there might be a couple products that are in, the 50s or 60s, and then maybe one that's, a 20. Doesn't mean that product's not going to help you. That's at 20. It's just putting them in some sort of priority order. Now, of course, you being a certified holistic health coach, at any time you can maneuver that, because this is just artificial intelligence working. It's not real intelligence that all of you have. So you got to read and react to the situation, know what add-on products that you're going to recommend. Now, here's the cool part about this whole thing. As soon as you get a health evaluation filled out and you have a meeting with Becca tomorrow, call your captain and say, hey, I'm looking at this. I see what the system recommended these products. Is this a good recommendation, or should I be recommending something else on top of this? And your captain will be able to coach you. And well, here's what I did in those situations. You can write down some notes before the Zoom happens with that person. So you have that little period in there where you can get in touch with your captain if you have any questions at all with how to help this client of yours, because you've gathered a lot of information from talking with them through Zoom and from and from their health evaluation. So your captain will help you if at any time that you're at all confused at what you should be recommending to them when you do get together with them. Okay. So here's a real important sentence that you have to either read or memorize. Joe, you have probably been nutrient deficient most of your life. Now Joe's thinking, yeah, probably. I've been eating Burger King, and I'm really overweight, and I've never taken any health supplements, so yeah, I'll buy that. Plus my health score is 52 or 34 or whatever it is. So they got it. They're nutrient deficient. They won't admit it. These supplements are the best you can get, but they're not going to work overnight. What we promote is the 90-90-90 plan. If you take all 90 essential nutrients, as we have planned out together, for 90 days straight, 90% of your health problems will be gone. And they're like, wow, that's a great plan. So we're putting a strategy in place. We're throwing out a plan out there. And it makes sense. Okay, so he told me about the 90 essential nutrients. And he isn't saying I'm going to get healthy tomorrow, which would be unbelievable. Oh, by next week you're gonna have perfect health. That's hard to believe. 90 days, not so hard to believe. And we're not saying perfect health. We're just saying your health score is going to go up 90%. That doesn't mean it's going to be at 90%. They could be at negative 113. 90% increase from that could be, negative 2 or something. I don't know what the exact math is on that, but you're not saying they're going to be at 90% health score. You're just saying they're going to improve by 90%. Okay, 100% improvement means that the health score doubled. So if they're at 25, that means they'll get to 50 if it was 100%. You're not even saying 100%, you're saying 90%. So it's not a huge promise. It's completely believable by anybody. And we do it all the time. If they follow the good food, bad food list or do keto 90 and take these supplements, every single person goes up 90%, usually within the first 30 days. Forget about the first 90 days. Now, there are no contracts. There are no contracts you're signing, but are you willing to give this 90 days? So I tell them up front, there's no contracts here, but are you willing to give this 90 days? Nope, not willing to give this 90 days. Okay, well, listen, Joe, I really care about you. I'm a man of integrity. If you're not willing to give this 90 days, I don't want to take your money, because I know from being a certified holistic health coach and helping thousands of people already, that if you don't give me at least 90 days, you're not willing to make this commitment, you're going to be wasting your money. Taking these for a few weeks or a month, it's just not going to do anything. You've been nutrient deficient your whole life. I just can't fix you in 30 days. And out of integrity, I just rather you not do this, because I'll just be stealing your money from you. So what you're doing, sort of, is you're getting up out of the chair and you're walking over to the door and you're putting your hand on it. So in sales, this is called the doorknob close. When you touch the doorknob and the other person knows you're serious about leaving, amazing things happen. Wait. Before you walk out the door, I'll do it. People hate when you walk out the door with them. They hate when you hang up on them. They hate when people walk away from them. You got to be willing to do that, though. If you do that and they know you're serious, every single time they're going to come back and be like, okay, I'll give you 90 days. Never had one person not give me the 90 days. But I do it exactly like this. Are you willing to give me 90 days? And they got to say yes. Now, I ask, are you okay with spending whatever the total is? So we got the products figured out that they would like. We figured out powder or liquid and add-on products and stuff. Are you okay with spending $150 per month for at least 3 months? No, I'm not okay with $150 for 3 months. Okay, let's back that down. I'd rather make the order smaller and be on auto ship than bigger and not be on auto ship. Bigger and not on auto ship, we lose. I don't care if they buy a bottle of minerals for $20. We're going on auto ship. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Because once you get them on $20, I guarantee you can get them on $200 once the product starts working for them. But getting the auto ship or smart ship started is absolutely the key. So if they're not okay, take product away, but get them on smart ship no matter what. So we can back down. We'll take some of the add-on products away. We can take, I'll work down to a canister of BTT and some minerals, or just the BTT or just the minerals. So we got to go $20. But somewhere there's going to be a number that they're okay at this moment. Now, when they say I don't have money for that, the 150, what they're literally saying, I don't have money for that. I have money for other things because I'm going out to eat tonight with my family, and I'm still taking that $10,000 vacation to Disneyland. But I don't have the $150 for the supplements because I don't trust you, is what they're saying. Not in so many words, but no, that's what's happening. You haven't done a good enough job at building that rapport yet. However, if you've done everything I've said in the past 36 minutes, you will never have that problem. They'll be like, I'm in. Doesn't matter. You know, it's just Deb and Deb Erickson was talking about that on the call for those of you that listened. You know, when you touch hot buttons, when, you know, there's just, and we know, I know there's a lot of women on this call here listening in. There's just that pair of shoes you got to have. Now you probably have 50 pair already, but you got this new dress. It's red and you have nothing that goes with it. I need another pair. It's not even wanting a new pair. I need a new pair, right? I mean, go ahead and raise your hand if you've ever been there, right? I mean, yeah, Becca needs 10 pair. Need a new pair of shoes, need a new purse. You got to have something that matches and goes, right? This isn't just even a need anymore. I'm not sorry, I'm not even a want, but it's a need now. Same thing will happen with this. Okay, so if they fight, and this, I just wrote this here, if they fight you on auto ship, have integrity and let them go, watch what happens. And again, that I talk about the door handle close. Being willing to get up, grab the door handle. Every single time you do that, they're going to be like, hey, come back. I'll do it. And then E, we can roll them. So there's, and this is why I didn't give you the notes yet. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 parts to this. They will not be numbered 1 through 5 when I fix this Notion thing, but I didn't want to give you notes that had these things here because we're going to talk about the 5 steps to enrolling from here to eternity. These are the 5 steps to enrolling, and we want to make sure that you know them by numbers and not by letters. So I'll fix these notes. Now, Deb Erickson gave us some information. They're 24% of the population is a tightwad. And I'm going to go ahead and say that's an official term. I've taken a lot of business classes and I've never heard that word mentioned in the class, but I have heard it used in sales. So yeah, be prepared for 25% of the people you talk to, 1 out of 4, being a tightwad, super difficult to get money out of them. Just, I don't care how important it is, they ain't spending it. So 24% of people, 1 out of 4 are going to be super difficult to close. 15% are just going to be like, stop talking. Here's my credit card. You know, a lot of people, I'm on a roll now. Like, people don't even ask me how much it costs anymore. They're just like, yep, here's my Visa, put whatever I need on there. When you get build that much rapport with someone, that's when you know you're good. Is when they don't even ask for the total anymore. So those people will just give you their credit card number. Now, the majority of people, 61%, hey, if it seems like a good investment, I'll purchase it. I have this problem. I'm not okay with this problem. Apparently, Paul has a fix to this. He makes a lot of sense. He seems believable. Seems like a likable guy. I think I can trust him. I'm going to give this a shot. It's better than taking this medication. And I definitely want to die. So I'm going to give this a shot. So it makes sense to them. That's the majority of people you come in contact with. That's what's going to happen. Now, are you ever going to have objections? Yes, you will have objections. And there's a whole, I can send you a whole 2-hour objections class that I went to. I have a recording of it with Eric Worre. It's absolutely phenomenal. And I highly suggest reading through it. However, I think I've been able to handle every single objection in my life with the feel, felt, found technique. I really can't think of a situation that I didn't use this in that I had to use something else. So let me explain how this works. So Becca says to me, Paul, this sounds like a lot of money. Hey, Becca, I know how you feel. I felt the same way when my coach told me how much this stuff was. It's crazy. But here's what I found. Tell them a story. I found that my health is the most valuable thing I have. On my values list, health is not near the top. It is the top. Without our health, we have nothing. You start saying what you found. Okay, I'm doing it. So feel, felt, found. So we want to know, I know how you feel. I don't care what is it they say. You can tell me anything in the world. Hey, I used this before. I used products like this before and none of them ever worked. Hey, I know how you feel. I felt the exact same way when my coach enrolled me. This stuff doesn't work. I've tried all kinds of products from all kinds of stores. I got a whole cabinet full of stuff. None of it worked. But here's what I found. I found that with longevity, things are different. These are the highest quality products known in the marketplace. You get what you pay for. You know, there's a lot of supplements you can buy at the supermarket, the drugstore and stuff. They're all garbage. They go in one hole and come out the other in the same form. These actually get absorbed. They have a 98% absorption rate. You will feel the difference inside of you. We even have a 30-day money-back guarantee on them. I promise you, these work. And it's your absolute certainty that comes through because of your use of these products and feeling them in your own body, and from the clients you've had already that have experienced massive success. You're speaking from experience. So feel, felt, found. With that, I left some time today, thank God, for questions and answers. So I know I'm trainer of the year, but I'm sure that there's people that are like, hey, I have a question about this or that. So don't be shy. I'm sure everybody else has the same question you have. So it's fascinating to watch questions and answers too on these Mondays and Thursdays, because in the beginning, no one raised their hand. And then all of a sudden, one person raises their hand and speaks, and then everyone raises their hand. It's like a chain reaction. So who's going to be the first person with a question?
I have a question, please.
Okay, great.
Okay.
I have an answer.
I'm just not clear that I can put my people on auto ship from day one. I was told I had to wait for the second order.
That's 100% false. You can put them on auto ship right away. Now, granted, the first order is the first order, but you can put them on auto ship on day one.
What do I look for to put them on? Where do I find that? I'm still, okay, I could do it, but the clarity, where do I find that at?
Okay, excellent question. Okay, let's go back to screen sharing. Everyone has one of these things. It's called the Longevity website. And if you, not sure if I have to log in or not. Yeah, I don't have to. So it says whatever product you click on, you just click on add to auto ship.
Paul, you need to make sure that you're logged out.
I logged in. Well, you want to create a preferred customer account for them. So you'd be logged into their account. Yeah, so don't log into your account, log into their account.
Yes, okay, I see it. Thank you very much.
Mm-hmm.
So you do have to open up the product page in order to see the add to auto ship. And
Yes.
you click on the add to auto ship, it will take you through the steps to create the auto ship, including creating the profile.
Now, if you tell them to go to your longevity site and do this, technically you have a 50-50 chance. I don't think it's that high. I think it's more like 10% chance. But let's give it a 50% chance. Now, if you do it, what's the percent chance it's going to happen? 100, because you're doing it. So I go through, I take the order on paper. So you go to productorderform.com. I print out the product order form. I go through the whole thing with them, take the credit card information, I hang up, I tell them they're going to get an email from the company with their receipt, and I put the order in myself. So I go to my website. So I actually type in, my name, paulcroto.youngevity.com. So I'm on my website. I'm pretending I'm them. I create a preferred customer account for them. I place their order, and I'm adding things to their auto ship as well.
Very helpful. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Thank you.
Yep, no problem. Let's go to Stephanie.
Well, Becca may have answered it. So first off, now, so the very first order, unless it's over 100, they're going to pay freight, right? Because it's not technically auto ship yet.
Right,
But we can establish the auto ship on that first order.
right.
Okay.
Now there are, if you're part of the 300 club or enroll in that, most months they have something where any order over $99, you can offer them free shipping on the first order even.
On like specials for the month or something where we have to
Nope.
call it in.
Nope. Well, you got to go and register for that. So in the beginning of the month, I usually send out a text message or get a message out that you have to enroll into the 300 club, which basically all they're asking you to do is put your name and email address and say, I plan on enrolling 1, 2, or 3 people this month. How many people you plan on enrolling. So you say 3, you're shooting for 3, everyone's shooting for 3. And because you did that, they will give you free shipping on the first order if it's $99 or more.
Oh, nice. I did not know that. So that is good to know. Perfect.
Yeah, there's always a call on the first of the month, kickoff call.
So when I go in there, it says you're already enrolled. So should I just assume that I have a given like 3 that I can offer that free shipping to if we get them at 100?
If you enrolled in 300 club, yes.
Okay. Okay. So my question was, however, and I've heard Dr. Conaway talk about what you just said, and a smart person knows Walmart's not selling their product for that much cheaper and it being a good product. But I didn't know if there was some kind of black and white where we can get that technical information that it's not good. You need quality product. And Becca said something about what'd you say, Becca? Visual poop analysis. So are you saying like go tell somebody, or that's not a book or anything? You're saying visual poop analysis. Got it. Okay, so we're gonna get away from that. But is there some kind of black and white that we can show to prove to people like, look, you're just wasting your money getting that stuff from Walmart or a brand? Maybe I should not say Walmart, from that store that has it so much cheaper.
Yeah. So the only proof you have is the health score. So you've been taking these products from Walmart. Your health score is a 17. Now, would you agree with me that if those products worked, your score would probably be a little bit higher than 17?
Oh, very good. Okay. I like that. Very good. Thank you.
Yeah, let's go to Trisha.
Well, Paul, I have one of those tightwad situations. And not only is he a tightwad, he is jumping from one person to another for advice and doing all kinds of different things. So this should be the time. I just recently loaned him a revitalizer with a sleep formula to see if that worked for him, because he's having insomnia problems. And he said, oh, he likes it, but he doesn't want to pay for it. So
Yeah.
This would be the time to walk away.
Yeah. So, your bus, and I don't even like the term bus, it should be more like a 747. I mean, there should be hundreds, if not thousands of people on this bus or this plane. If one person is, now 25% of these people are tightwads, but I still have another 1,000 prospects that I can work with. So I'm burning through people, and it's a numbers game. Some people care about their health, some people don't. You're going through the deck of cards. There's 53 cards in every deck, 52 cards in every deck, excuse me. And there's only 4 aces. That's it. I mean, that's just the way the world is. Don't go to bed tonight and ask God, why did you do this? Just not a good question to ask. It just is how it is. You can't fix any of that. Be focused on, I got to find aces. I got to find kings, queens, jacks, tens. Look for those. The 2s and 3s, don't lose sleep over them. Just how it is. As
Got
Jim
it.
Rohn would say, don't sign up for that class.
Yeah.
All right, let's go over to Shanti.
Shantae?
Okay, there we go. All right, so give me just a second here. When you are dealing, I know we're usually talking about dealing with someone that we're getting acquainted with. But if you're dealing with somebody you're already acquainted with, say a lifetime friend, more or less, or at least as long as my marriage, and friends with them, it seems awkward through the 15 get in.
You're breaking up bad. I'm hearing like every other word.
Know that you want to have a conversation with.
I didn't get what.
Hear me now. Can you hear me now?
Yeah,
Sorry, do I need to say it again?
yeah. I didn't hear anything you said.
So if you have somebody, most of the time when you're coaching us, you do a great job about having that initial consultation with them or initial conversation with them. If you already know this person and you've known them for a long time, it seems kind of awkward. I don't really know where to start. And the other question is, if, and I know cards and the e-cards and all of that, and that we're not looking for sick people, but if that is an avenue to reach out to them, should we not, or an opportunity to reach out to people that you already know, especially, do we not do that?
Oh, no, you do. You know, it isn't what you're doing. You're not writing that down on your avatar to attract those people. Of course, I know a lot of people, my friends and family, that need my help. And I'm like, hey, I can help you. Now, of course, depends on the relationship. This is the worst case scenario I've gone over today. This is a completely cold lead. If there's someone warmer that's been a good friend of yours for a long time, or a family member or something. But let me just tell you about my aunt. My aunt, she knew what I did, but I don't necessarily, really push. I'm not a pushy person at all. But when she had diabetes and she had some problems, I'm like, listen, I know I'm a certified holistic health coach. I run the Institute of Holistic Health, and, we can get together and I'll, hear everything that's going on and I'll help you. So I kind of go in that coaching mode. And even though it's my aunt that I knew for my whole life, I basically treated her like a client. I mean, I didn't have to ask her, so tell me about yourself, because I knew everything there was to know about her. But tell me about the issue, what's going on here, so she can fill in the blanks, because typically you don't tell your whole family what the doctor just told you last week. But, so it's a little, you want to get into like a private place, either on the internet like this, or meet with them. But it's got to be, private more, so that they can be open with you and tell you everything that's going on. A lot of people in their family, there's stress, either with their kids or with their spouse, or something that's causing the health problems. I see stress causing a ton of health problems these days, and really it has forever. So you want to be in a place where no matter how long you've known them for, that you can have that open heart-to-heart discussion that you probably have never had with each other.
Okay. I just get a little like, I don't know what to say, because it's not, anyway. So I can handle that though. That's not a problem. And
Okay.
it's just like some of these people have got major issues. Like one girl, she's lost all her hair because she did chemo because they told her she had leukemia, and she's posting pictures of herself with no hair. And, and I'm like, oh, and I want to reach out to her, but I'm like, we've known each other forever. And it just seemed like I didn't know. I ought to be able to figure that out, I guess. But honestly, that's been a hurdle. So thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. So one thing I want to add that I'm working on right now, it's not completely done, but I will have it done as soon as this call ends, is so every quarter, at the end of the quarter, we go over some numbers in the funnel. And we did that in the first quarter. We did that at halftime on July 1st. We're going to do it again on October 1st. And I even made a sheet up already for July, August, and September. So you should have filled out July already, those numbers. And now we're working on filling in the August numbers. The problem is, and what I've noticed, because I'm helping a lot of people with their weekly reviews, is the weekly review sheet doesn't exactly match the quarterly sheet. Okay, so what should happen is you're filling out your weekly review every week and you're filling in these numbers. And then if you take 4 weeks, you can figure out July and figure out August as you're going along. So your weeklies, your 4 weeklies, put the monthly, the 3 monthlies make the quarter. So it's super easy to fill out this sheet if you're doing it right along, and it should be done on a daily basis, that you're keeping track of what you're doing today. This is, if you can't manage it if you don't measure it. So we got to be really good at measuring things and seeing where the funnel's going and how you're doing with the funnel and where the challenge is at. Everyone's funnel has a challenge someplace. I don't know anybody that, just boom, they're just no challenges. So, but that's what Tuesdays are for. We identify in the funnel where the challenge is at, come up with a small change, do that for 7 days. And if we do that 52 times in a row, in a year, there are no challenges left. So it's real important that we plan, do, review. So we plan what's going to happen, what we're going to do this week. We do it, we keep track of what we're doing. And then we fill out the weekly review at hccreview.com. And then get together on Tuesday with your captain so you can talk about your celebrations, your challenges, and we'll help you make changes. Just want to throw that in with you. But Becca, you mentioned that Lorenzo has something to add.
He might. He had came unmuted. So Lorenzo, did you have something to add? If not, Heather.
No, not at the time. That was an accident.
Okay.
And sorry to go. Thank you.
Heather has something to add. Happy birthday, Heather.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I had a wonderful time. Thank you for my friends that came and visited me. I just had something to add to the last gal who was talking. She probably, you've known her whole life, because I'm in this situation too, where, I've known all the people that are in my circle for 20 years, and they know the last year and a half I've been on this, kind of health journey. And one of the things I heard someone else say that I've been able to utilize that I think is helpful is if this person knows what you're doing, it's like, hey, I've been doing this. I've been listening to different people, and you can list off some of the people that you've listened to, and they may or may not have heard of them. If I come across something that you think that I think might help you, would you be interested in hearing about it? And then leave it. Don't offer a product right away. And then if they say yes, they'd be interested in hearing about it, then you can come back to them. I just wanted to offer that advice.
Very good. Love it. Thank you for adding that. And I'm going to turn over to Becca to fill in all of the cracks that I forgot to mention.
So there are not very many cracks. But, going back to what Shantae was going over, and Trisha, you have these people that you've known forever and you're following on Facebook. Once you've planted the seed, and this is something that I've done that actually grew recently, is, I had a friend, they kept, sharing things about themselves. I mean, Facebook, people just lay out everything they're going through. send them private messages. Don't send it in the comments other than, hey, I'm sorry you're going through this. Something that's showing that you're sympathetic or apathetic with that. But send them a message and say, hey, I don't know if you know it or not, but I'm a certified holistic health coach and we work with people with this condition all the time. Let me know if you'd like more information. Don't just vomit on them, okay? And they may or may not respond. But as you continue to see them posting things about poor health, you can go back to that message and say, hey, my offer is still open whenever you're ready. I'm here for you. And just keep it at that. Don't try to be salesy. Don't say, hey, I know the solution for that, type thing. But really just let them know that you care, that you're paying attention, and that, hey, you may have an option that would work for them. I mean, you've already said that we work with people with this condition. So I just really encourage you to be more involved with the people that are on your Facebook who are not, especially those who are not already in Facebook. Those who are not already in longevity. I mean, we want to support the community, absolutely. But the ones that are going to build our business are going to be the ones that are not in longevity already. The issue to not being able to afford it. I personally, when I started following Dr. Wally's Good Foods, Bad Foods list, my food bill got cut in half. And when I got on the products, my cravings were drastically cut. So I wasn't doing all of this shopping because that's just what I wanted at the time. So it's very realistic that their food bill will be cut enough so that they can afford this supplements. And whenever you encourage them to remove the foods that are causing the underlying cause that's preventing their digestive system from absorbing, and that light switch gets flipped on, the money starts to become available for them to invest in themselves. And that's exactly what I press is, it's an investment into them and their health. So they can invest now or pay a whole lot later.
Excellent. Great tips there. And as you mentioned, all the money's in Messenger. So if your paycheck today was payday, everyone got paid today. If you don't like how much you're making and you're wondering where all the money's at, it's in Messenger. So I have literally hundreds of conversations going all the time in Messenger. I got like every single person that I'm working with, I do it through Facebook Messenger. It's just a great communication tool. It's on Facebook. Everyone's on Facebook. The average person spends like 2.5 hours on Facebook per day. So it's a great tool. Great business tool. It actually makes the whole world a small village and really makes this business unfair. It's so easy to find people. I mean, I can go to their Facebook page and, what would take you months to figure out before, you can go to their Facebook page and find out in about 2 minutes. I can know what religion they like, what politics they like, how many kids they got, if they're married. I mean, what year they graduated. I mean, what books they like. I mean, I can find out so much about a person in 5 minutes. So study them and look for things that are in common between the two of you. So when you read the book, Everyone Communicates But Few Connect by John Maxwell, he's going to talk about finding common ground. There's something in their Facebook profile that connects you in a special way. Oh my God, I saw on your Facebook profile, you love the book blank, or you love watching the TV show blank. Something that you can have a conversation about, and the bonding that happens over that when you find common ground is special, real special. So you got to find that common ground.
If I can add one more thing, Paul.
Yeah.
There was a comment here that says, my problem is that the GF, and I don't know if that means good foods or the gluten-free foods, is more expensive. If you look at the good foods, bad foods list, it is not telling you to buy a whole bunch of processed boxed items. we're looking at simple things, whole foods, that when you go shopping, unless you're doing organic, you're looking at maybe cents per pound being more expensive. But the bill itself is going to be cut because you're not going to be doing all these prepared boxed items, where that's where the money and the expenses is in the convenience of something that's already prepared, just add water. There's no nutrition in that. So you want to make sure that you're looking for those items on the good foods list, like your meats and your rice and your, unless you're doing keto, you know, your whole foods, not the processed stuff.
Excellent. Yep. Just drink keto shakes. That's what I tell people. It's you have to go to the supermarket at all. My big item is butter. I mean, I just go through butter like crazy. That's the most expensive thing I buy. And I don't even buy butter anymore. I buy ghee. But it's you know, you can help people with that Keto 90 program. It doesn't cost much money at all. They're just coming up with excuses. All right, let's go to Caroline. Some words of wisdom from Colorado.
Well, I'm going to hope so anyway. I just want, you know, since it is mindset, and Deb started this call with that, this is like where most people kind of jump ship. You know, they want to connect and they do all of this stuff. And then when it comes to this critical piece in making the not so scary word scale, they're like, "Ooh, I don't want to do that." And all of this fear and all of this other stuff comes up. But she said, if you don't do this step, you have a very expensive hobby and not a business. And so I was like, oh, okay. So, you know, really, if this is where your fear is, then, you know, Paul just gave us a tremendous amount of scripts, and she went through that whole list of all of these things that, you know, what they're feeling, and then how to talk to them about that. So if you haven't watched it, go back and review it, or watch it for the first time, whatever. See where you are. See what she says, you know, in how to overcome that, and finding their hot buttons, so that then this script, by meeting them and getting to know them, just flows. And then it's not scary. You are helping them, and you're serving nobody by keeping it to yourself. So those are my parting words.
Well, that's great insight. And you're right, Deb did say that, and it was a critical part of that. You know, it's the elephant in the room that we need to address, is that a lot of people, like you said, Caroline, march people down the field, but then it gets to this one thing, which is the lead conversion, enrolling them, getting them over the line and in. That is where people get scared. You know, that's where the fear factor comes in. And so whatever we're focusing on, which we're focusing on enrolling someone now, that has a meaning to you. So what does that mean? What does sales mean to you? And you gotta, if it means I'm being unfair to someone, I'm hustling them, I'm stealing from them. So if they really ask yourself, and I would literally, on a piece of paper, because it seems like truth comes out when you write things down. So you write down the word sales, and what does this mean to me, and start writing, and you'll be amazed at what comes out of you. Probably didn't even know that this was going to come out of you when you do that exercise. And then you want to change that meaning. What does it mean? It means I'm helping another person. Remember, again, my big need is growth first and foremost, but then it's contribution. If I'm not getting someone on these products, I'm not contributing to them. My big contribution to the world is educating people on the critical need for the 90 essential nutrients. If you do not take these, it is not a matter of if you will get sick or if you will have a health problem. It's just a matter of when and how it's going to show up inside of you. And every single person, it shows up a little bit differently. Some people get heart attacks, some people get cancer, some people get COVID, some people get stroke, you know, and it shows up differently in everybody, but it's all the same underlining issue, which is they're lacking the 90 essential nutrients. And they're probably eating bad. Clean up the diet, get the 90 in, and all of a sudden we've created a Superman, Superwoman. And magical things happen every single time. So we have something that no other company in the world has. It's not like, oh man, longevity is so difficult because there's so much competition out there for the 90. There's not one company out there that has a 90. Zero. We have no competition. It's the most important thing in the world for someone to do. I mean, we own the whole world. So let's go out there and act that way, you know, and not be afraid of this. But imagine if someone didn't introduce this to you, where you would be. As Cheryl and I have mentioned numerous times, Cheryl and I are completely convinced we'd both be dead for one reason or another. But this business has saved, you know, saved our lives in more ways than one. You know, and now we get to experience perfect health, perfect lifestyle, perfect income, everything. Everything's perfect because of this coaching program, because of the longevity products. So it's perfect. All right. Oh, I did want to mention that I don't want to go any call without talking about our next graduation. So our next graduation is October 9th. So the new video came out, and this is today was a lot about I can sell. We're going to do another call that's going to focus on I can recruit. It's going to be almost the same thing we went through today, except we're not trying to get a client, we're trying to get a coach. So the words are going to be a little bit different, and their approach is going to be slightly different, but the steps are the same. Okay, I hope that makes sense. So we're going to do that, and you're going to, you know, I'll teach you how to implement the new 2-minute video. Hopefully everyone's seen that. I've got a ton of comments in the HCCC Facebook group on it. Thank you for all the kind words. It is going to be the most powerful tool ever introduced to the network marketing industry if you use it correctly. So we got to get that to go viral, and we will teach a class on that ASAP. I'll make the notes up, and even if we have to do a special class, or we'll do it next Monday, and go over everything we went through today, but on the other side where we went over, you know, so the program is called I Can Sell and Recruit. We went over how to sell today. The next thing we want to do is teach you how to recruit, so you can get health coaches on your team. That's where the real freedom is going to come from, is by enrolling coaches. Clients are important. 80% of the population just wants to use the products. So 80% of your money is always going to come from clients. So we're not going to overlook clients. That would be stupid. But if we don't have the coaches on our team to get more clients, then you just have a job is all you have. And this isn't about having a job. It's about having leverage and having a team of people work with you, so you don't have to work so hard. The title for the video is just a 2-minute overview video. It's in the HCCC Facebook group, right at the top. And what's going to happen, and Becca, I'm not sure why we should, from now on, just push this to Facebook, right? Because I think that's been fixed. Oh, you're muted still.
I looked at it and tried again this morning, and it's still not.
Well, Cheryl figured it out.
Zoom is set for her account. So what I'll do is I'll log in as her, but put my name, and then see if that works.
Okay. I had some hope that since she was able to do it, that we could do it too. But so hopefully we're going to start shooting it there. But right now we're going to upload this video, and I will get back of the link so that we can put it right in with the video. So you can click on that. Where is Thursday replay from 8:12? That also should be in the Facebook group. And Becca, do you usually put the link to the notes with the video, or? Yeah, I figured so. Okay, awesome. Hope this was valuable to everybody. I will give you the notes so that you have it. So I know we went over this kind of before, but it's always good to go over it again and make sure that we have the sales funnel in place and that you know exactly what you're saying, because is really important. So hopefully this was good for all of you. Love to hear your comments on this, and let's unmute the line so everyone can say goodbye.
I would like to talk to somebody about this.
Bye.
I baby,
Thank
I
you.
tell them my baby.
Thanks,
God bless
everyone.
you. Thank you so much, Paul.
How many
Thank you.
buffets have you been through?